let's talk about this new moon. Okay, there's a new moon in Jupiter, and it's pretty cool because it was discovered by an amateur. Amateur astronomer discovers a tiny moon around Jupiter. This is the first time an amateur astronomer has discovered a moon around Jupiter. They discovered a previously unknown moon around Jupiter after poring over old telescope images. A major first. I am proud to say this is the first planetary moon discovered by an amateur astronomer. Moon searcher Kai Lee said in a July 8th Sky and Telescope report that details the discovery. Jupiter may have dozens, even hundreds of undiscovered moons orbiting around it. The massive planet boasts a substantial gravitational field that allows it to capture space debris into its orbit. Jupiter currently hosts at least 79 moons, and the number continues to grow. The latest discovery was made by Lee, an amateur astronomer, and it's the latest addition to the catalog of the CARM group of Jovian satellites. CARM and its crew are small, odd-shaped space rocks. They orbit in an opposite direction of Jupiter's rotation, a phenomenon called retrograde. And the groups travel around Jupiter an extreme tilt relative to the giant planet's orbital plane, according to NASA. CARM is the largest of the group with a mean radius of 14 miles or 23 kilometers. CARM is the parent rock of the amateur astronomer's discovery, and to the other 22 known members of the group. Astronomers think that CARM was an asteroid captured by Jupiter's gravity, and that its group are the bits that broke off of it following a cosmic collision. Lee made their finding when looking online at data set from 2003 that had been collected by researchers at the University of Hawaii using the 3.6 meter Canada-France-Hawaii telescope, the CFHT. Lee paid special attention to the imagery collected in February of that year when the moons were at their apparent brightest. This was caused by a phenomenon known as opposition, when the sun and a given planet appear in opposite parts of the Earth's sky. Our home planet was sitting in the middle of a line between the sun and Jupiter in February of 2003, allowing astronomers on Earth to clearly see Jupiter's system illuminated by the star. Lee used observations from another telescope called Subaru to establish the object's 22-day arc, which showed the moon candidate was likely bound to Jupiter's gravity. This baseline allowed them to find and confirm the moon's existence with other data sets too. In the Space and Telescope article, Lee described the exciting discovery as a summer hobby before he returned to school. This rock is currently designated EJC0061, but does not yet have a formal name. When it does, it will likely end up with the letter E, like Carmi, or CARM, I don't know how exactly to say that. When NASA officials explained CARM's moniker, they said a name ending in E was chosen in accordance with the International Astronomical Union's policy for designating outer moons with retrograde orbits. Now, actually, there is another article that I found that shows an awesome picture of Jupiter, which, keep in mind, Jupiter is massive, all right? The sun takes up 99.9% of the mass in our solar system. Jupiter takes up like 80% of what's left of that, and then the rest are divvied up between the rest of the planets. So Jupiter, compared to like the planets, is huge. Nothing is comparative to the sun because the sun's huge. It's a beast. But you can see how many of these, we know of 80 right now, and they say that there could be over hundreds. But what they found, I believe, is in this group, the retrograde group. Yep, here it is, on the outer edge, and they're going around the other direction. So if it's spinning this way, that one's spinning the opposite direction. Wait, that's difficult to do. Anyway, you get it.